Whether you were groovy in the 60s or an 80s baby, you can test your knowledge of 4 decades of pop culture in Blast from the Past trivia game from arugame.com. Be sure to click subscribe for more game reviews. Take turns spinning the spinner and answering questions about the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. Each set of decade question cards has 4 categories. Hot or Not asks you to decide if a trend was popular or not. Memory Lane tests your knowledge of things that made headlines during that decade. Hit Parade is about music. And Dead or Alive makes you guess if the stated person was alive during that decade.
Ricky Nelson. Was he dead or alive in the 70s?
I know who that is. Ricky Nelson. He's immortal. He was alive.
He was alive!
Exactly.
Ozzie and Harriet's singing son died tragically in 1985.
If you spin a decade, then you get to pick any category question from that decade. If you spin a category, you get to pick which decade the question comes from.
Let's go with 90s because I'm a 90s.
Sure. What magazine's writer wrote the novel Primary Colors, mirroring the Clinton election?
I don't know.
If you spin Take Your Pick, pick whatever category and decade you want.
You know what? I'll try 90s too.
All right.
And I'll do Hot or Not.
Hot or Not. Big band swing.
Judging by the fact that there's a lot of swing music played at my high school dances, I'm gonna say hot.
That is correct.
Yes.
The music of the 40s came back with a little help from Gap ads and films like Swingers.
If you answer the question correctly, you add a token to your answer card. If not, your turn is over. If you're playing with 2 players, you've got to fill the whole answer card first to win. But if you're playing with 3 or more players, you only have to fill 2 rows, horizontal, vertical, or diagonal to win. I really like that the spinner gives players a chance to choose their category and decade, which really comes in handy when you're strategically trying to fill your answer card just so. I also think this game will be really interesting when played with a mix of people from all 4 decades. Tell me in the comments who you'd play this game with. Let me tell you the pros. It's a fun trivia game. There are 4 categories of questions. You use strategy to fill your answer card, and it's fun for 2 or more players. I don't really have any cons, so I give this game 4.5 stars. Come play with us every day on TikTok at The Toy Authority.